All right, let's get the fence riders now.
Let's play no fence riders, guys. This is an interesting answers. The answers to these I was very interested by. I was kind of surprised, frankly, at some of them, but let's dive in. The first one.
Some of them seem very obvious one way to me, but I don't know.
We'll find out. This first one, I didn't know what to make this number that would give it an even split. I went down to 175. That's how low we've gotten with the expectations for Dillon Gabriel.
And by the way, I didn't even think for a minute that was possible that he'd get over 175.
And you're not alone because other than Jason and myself, everyone said no.
Yeah.
So 175 and what's supposed to be pretty decent football weather here in Cleveland on Sunday.
I thought it was supposed to be windy.
It's not rainy.
And you know what messed me up? It's a 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, it's going to be a night game.
game.
It's basically a night game.
Oh, yeah, that's even worse, man. Like I'm used to getting in and out, bro. I'm used to having some things I'm doing afterwards, man. I'll be at my little I'll be in the yard doing stuff, bro. I got to get in and get out on that, man. 4:30. That's nasty work.
I mean, I'm getting off at 10. What are you talking about?
But that's your life. Your CD is different.
What is you talking? And then got to get up and work the next day.
Your mix CD is crazy.
Sunday, it's supposed to be 43 and windy. So by the time the game starts, it's going to be
cold as heck.
40 degrees, cold. I don't know why you're not saying. That's not good football weather, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not bad football weather.
It's going to be windy. The guy's got no arm.
Well,
what are we talking? We talking
Tyvis
leg guts?
It's supposed to be.
Wait a minute. Since we all are in agreement on the panel, the only person that's present that's out as odd is Mike. Mike, what did you see at last games that make you think that he gonna get to 175?
Because 175 is nothing.
But he's nothing.
Unless you're the Browns quarterback and you can't get past it. I mean, listen, full disclosure, I think he throws for like 181. Like, I'm not saying he shatters this by any means, but
you sound like
there's eventually have to be a time where a Browns receiver catches a 6-yard drag route and turns it upfield for 70 yards.
It doesn't happen.
I don't think it'll be against Baltimore. That's more next week.
Last week, had Malachi Corley not been overthrown by 74 yards in that screen pass, that was a 60-yard touchdown waiting to happen. That would have boosted his total yards to 210.
But he couldn't do it.
38.
Well, I'm hoping he doesn't overthrow a screen
The
pass.
wind chill's going to be around freezing. But he's got a terrible arm, and it's going to be windy.
It's so hard to pick anything.
175 is not a high.
You would have to put it at like 150.
How many times has he thrown over?
If he starts again next week, I'm going to keep
What's
going down.
his passing yards per week, Mike? What is he averaging?
I can tell you right
130.
now. If we go to his game log.
Yeah, go to the game log. Give me the game log.
132.
Dillon Gabriel has thrown for, in his starts, 167, 156, 116, 221, and 190.
All right, so the last 2 weeks he's been over 175.
Well, no, first two he was over. I was going backwards.
Oh, you were going the wrong way.
I think I was
Mike.
engaged to every woman in those sizes. 221, 116, 155.
So his last 3 games, he's averaging about 150 yards a game.
Give or take, yeah.
Hey, and Tyvis, we was watching film the other day. We was watching film last night. And Tyvis has this epiphany. It's funny because when Tyvis at home, like, you can tell when people be comfortable and things just come to you because the mask is off. He says, hold on, G. Bush, rewind that play. That man's arm, I thought he had an arm. That ain't no arm. You see what I said, Tyvis, you didn't watch this, man? You ain't been seeing the games? He said no.
Like, I did, but like, people was asking, was y'all asking me, was it y'all that asked me what was the difference between Russell Wilson and how he was able to make it?
Yeah. That was, he was on the show.
And I said, well, Russell got a strong arm. Like, with Dillon, like, the thing is, if he's short, right, and he can't see over the line, my suggestion is, well, you got to take a deeper drop. Like, the normal quarterback could take 3 to 5 steps. You got to go 7 to 9.
That's what Drew Brees did.
Right.
Yeah.
But Drew Brees could do it because Drew Brees had a strong arm.
Yeah.
He does not.
No.
And it's like, all right, so what the heck are we doing?
He's got an average at best arm, right? At best.
He won't pull the.
He's got, serviceable mobility.
And if your arm ain't strong, you really got to play with anticipation. You got to be throwing the ball while the receiver's still running a route. The ball should be already going to the spot. By the time he come out the break, it should be right there.
Jerry Jeudy ran his speed out, right? And he was on the opposite half.
Wide open.
And Jerry Jeudy won on the route. The receiver's behind him. All you got to do is get to your back foot and let it fly. He looked at him and said, you know what, I'm going to pull this down and be Michael Vick.
No, he pulled. Yes, he did. He sure did.
He pulled it. He got the
first down. But I'm like,
those are the throws that you got to have.
This is how bad. You know it's bad when if I said to you, if you had to bet on one of these two things, Dillon Gabriel over 225 yards or under 125 yards. Those are your two options.
Under.
I'm not going over.
What do you think about it?
I'm not going over.
That's beyond pathetic.
They have Kyle Hamilton. He fools people and knocks people out.
Mike, you and Jason lost in the soup on this one. Let's go.
All right, next one. Myles Garrett's tied for the league lead with 11 sacks this season. Will he have more sacks on Sunday than the Ravens have rushing touchdowns? This is another one that a lot of you said no to. The no's, Dustin, Tyvis, Jason, Earl, G, and Bull, while Jay and myself said, yeah, we believe in Myles.
You know
why are you a hater?
You know what it is when you on the same side with Jay.
Yeah, I don't like being on an island with Jay.
Look at
At least if I'm on an island with Jay, it means I took his private yacht over there.
Look how comfortable
we had a
they
fun
is.
time getting to the island.
Here's the problem. You got Lamar Jackson that can score on a rushing touchdown. You got Derrick Henry that can score on rushing touchdowns. Even if they do Minimowski work, I mean, that's two.
Garrett would have to have three.
He had to have three.
I don't think they're rushing for two.
You don't?
Are you?
I think they're going to throw. I mean, the first game they had one rushing touchdown. I think they're going to have one rushing touchdown again, and Myles going to get 2 sacks. Lamar's still dealing with a little bit of a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Not as mobile as he usually is. Myles Garrett playing out of this world, chasing the sack title.
But how many times, it seems easy that Myles Garrett would get 2 sacks. But
It's hard.
It's hard to get 2 sacks.
It's hard.
How many times did he get 2 sacks this year? 3?
At least, I'm looking up his game log right now, but at least 2. I can think off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Where's Myles?
I think it's 3.
Sacks? It is 3, yes. 3.
So it's only 3 games that he's had that. And now you're going against one of the hardest quarterbacks to sack.
What are we, 2-7?
Well, by the way,
Yeah.
if you count 1.5 as a...
No, 1.5 is not 2.
Well, 1.5 is more than 1 rushing touchdown.
True, but
That
it's
is.
not 2.
Well, I'm just saying he's got to get 1.5. think
You're
he's gonna
right.
get
Well,
1.5.
that's if the Ravens only score.
And the reason
Does he sack Lamar a lot?
I don't know. What do you have that?
he
Mike?
does
I
a
can pull it up
good
for
he
you
does
one
a
second.
he does a good job against.
I feel like that would
traditional.
be in your McNuggets 6-pack of stats.
I have a great 6-pack of stats for you tomorrow.
He does.
Yeah.
He
We
does.
actually did that in the first time they played, and I just have to update the number so I can find it to you. But in his career,
Yeah.
Myles Garrett against Baltimore and Lamar, he has 10 sacks in 15 games. Lamar's played in 9 of those games. He has 8.5 sacks in 9 games.
So he's not even averaging a sack per game against him, which, again, 8.5 sacks in 9 games is good. But
now
that's
Lamar's
less than a
got
sack per
hamstring
game.
injury, a little slower. Myles is playing out of his mind.
In the real world, all he did, Lamar Jackson, was take his floating holiday. That's it. I'm not practicing this week. It's the Browns. I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah. He's going to play.
And Cook.
Yeah, he's practicing today. He's
Yeah.
fully expected to be back. I think yesterday's the day he took off. All right, this next one was close. This was not a
Not as
uneven split.
one-sided as
This was a very even split on the fence. Well, Jerry Jeudy put up 55 receiving yards for a second week in a row. 55 is the number. You three all said no again. You're joined by Jason. Jay,
we're not
Dustin,
prisoners of the
myself.
moment like you.
They got
Said
all,
yes.
they got all pro Marlowe. I ain't.
Ravens' pass defense has been incredibly susceptible this
But that's against everybody else, not us.
Yeah.
We don't count. We
What
are an
half-
expansion team.
Hey, put the camera on me, Steve, real quick. Let me tell you something.
Oh my goodness.
G, I'm pulling a page out of your book here.
All right, here you go. Let me
Sometimes
see.
you just make picks on vibes.
Land the plane.
And
Go
my
ahead.
vibes, I don't have any analytical reasoning to believe.
You're being prisoner of the moment with that because he did it last week for the first time.
I did?
I did. It's prisoner moment because I just picked the Browns to beat the Jets, even though I knew they would take the L. And it's prisoner moment again because Jerry Jeudy just got over 55
That's right,
yards
for the
last
first
week.
time.
So that's 2 things.
Wasn't it his first time all year?
No, second time.
Okay.
Second time.
So you just got a vibe
But
about
I think
it.
Tommy Reese, and this is in my 6-pack tomorrow, so I'll give you a little teaser. Jerry Jeudy was targeted on 34.2% of his routes against the Jets. It's the first time all season it had been over 20%. First time all season over 20%.
Yeah, the Jets
I think
also are
with Tommy
terrible.
Reese as play caller, one of the clear things that was evident in his first game was we're going to try and get Jerry the ball. So I think 55 for Jerry. It's going to happen twice.
All right.
You know what? I'm actually going to bet. I'm going to put a little money on it on FanDuel. I feel
right.
so confident.
You know what I'm doing is I'm a coach Shador Sanders a week in advance. Hey, when you start playing next week against the Raiders, because it's about to happen, go ahead. You need to spam Jerry Jeudy. Just spam him. You know them Travis Hunter
13
footballs?
targets.
You know them Travis Hunter ball? You just throw it up and give him a chance. You let him know that you're going to spam him.
Who the Raiders got at corner? Nobody knows.
Nandi Asamoah.
I mean, he was good for them.
Who they
No,
got?
their corners are bad.
Nobody. We up
Nobody.
top.
See, this week they got Marlowe and they got Kyle. Like,
Dang, they kind of set him up a little bit. They set Dillon up a little. This thing gonna be an
that's why I don't know why he's saying this.
They set him up this week.
Hold on. I'm saying over 175. I'm not asking for a 300 burger.
And
I'm
talking
asking
about
for-
Dillon. We're talking about Jerry Jeudy now.
I'm asking for 55 yards from a receiver.
That's-
Well, he's done it
That's
only
been our
2 out of
point.
10 times.
I know he's been terrible this year.
And you know what's crazy? And it's at night and it's windy and it's on the lake.
It ain't listen, man. If that pass rush get a little hand, he ain't gonna throw the ball no way. He just gonna tuck it and run because that was what he had success with last week. So it's not gonna happen.
What
He
does
did
your
run for 54 yards.
shirt say there?
Praise.
Praise. I thought you
Praise
were saying
for Bernie.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, next one. Will a Browns rookie score a touchdown versus Baltimore? Now, this doesn't include Dillon Gabriel throwing a touchdown. This would have to be one that he scored himself via
We know. We know.
or Fannin. I'm just for the people out there. Judkins, any other rookies, Sampson. I can't believe I'm the opposite of all you guys again. It was me and Dustin said, no, I'm thinking Njoku and Jerry scored. You guys think it's a rookie.
See it, yes.
Dang, McNuggets.
McNuggets.
I swear I'm not trying to be a contrarian for the sake of being a contrarian.
He's like,
I think me, G, Tyvis, and Earl have been the exact same answers on every one.
I mean, Judkins is the.
You guys-
Judkins is gonna score.
Judkins will score the only touchdown the Browns get.
Probably.
That's it.
That might be right.
And it might be off a short field. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing they got. They might have to go back to the Wildcat game. You got to think about it. The
It's gonna be
Jets,
windy, so they might as well.
Zach is correct. When you watch the film and you watch the Jets might be the worst team I've ever seen.
No.
One of the worst.
Whoever that dude that's replacing Quentin Williams is a grown man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he played well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why
He
Smith?
whooped Wyatt.
Wyatt Teller.
So did Quentin Williams' brother played well, too.
Quincy.
Quincy. Do they have any other siblings? And do their names start with a Q?
Quadre.
Quintavious.
Boy, I swear to God, I was about to say Quincy.
Dude, have you ever seen,
Quasarian.
what the hell show was it? There was a sketch. It's not Saturday Night Live. There was a sketch where this white couple has a baby, and the nurse is black, and the baby's born, and the nurse is like, so what are you going to name the baby? And they go, Ladanian or something like that. You know?
that is
And
funny.
she's like, no, you can't do
You
that.
can't do it. There's a list.
I got to find that sketch. One of the funniest things I've ever
There is definitely a list of names that white people cannot
No,
name.
you can't get that off.
Like you can't name your kid Dante. Dante.
I don't know, but I don't think that's one of those names.
I mean, you're not naming your kid Dante.
I like the name Dante.
There are white people named
Not
Dante.
naming
No.
their kid Dante, man.
In fact, the movie, the Kevin, are you a fan of the Kevin Smith movies there, Mike?
yeah.
His first movie ever, Clerks, if anybody's seen that.
My house was in it. The house I grew up in was in that movie.
No, really? I was about to say.
In the
There's a
background-
character, the
in
main
background of
character
a
is
shop.
Dante, and he's a white
Yeah,
guy.
no, yeah.
Nah, you can't get that out. You can't get that off.
Yeah.
Any A's, Montrez, Dantes.
Yeah, no.
Arch-
The Brickashaw.
The Brickashaw.
Although that would be awesome if Aaron's name was
DeBrickashaw.
DeBrickashaw.
Bro,
That would be pretty sweet.
like he's getting all the girls.
Ty.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if I can say that name. I'm not sure if it's public knowledge or not.
Can a white guy be named Tyvis?
Sure.
That's not a common name.
Oh no.
Yeah, where does the name Tyvis come from, Ty?
Tyvis Johnson, Tyvis Wall III.
My mother just made it up.
Tyvis Smiley.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever. Do we know any other Tyvises?
No.
How about
There-
Tyvis the Brickashaw Gersten?
There are
Brickashaw
some more
Gerson, yeah.
Tyvises. It's a Tyvis Smith.
Who's that?
Well, it was this dude. His name was Tyvis Smith. I want to say he played running back for Northern Iowa, maybe.
All right.
He was a decent player.
Northern Iowa should be low key good back then. We got
Is Northern Iowa like purple?
Yeah.
Then that's the school.
okay.
We went there.
All right.
All right, Mike.
All right, last one, guys. Will the chants for Shedeur Sanders come out in this game before or after the first quarter ends? We heard Zach Jackson answer this. He said at the 9:33 mark of the second quarter, to be specific. This one was a dead even split, 4-4. Jason, Earl, Jay, and myself said before the end of the first. You three, who clearly copied off each other,
Yeah, we have the same.
said it'll be after.
Well, usually that opening drive is the best shot. You know what I'm saying? So, like, with that opening drive, they going to get
Tyvis,
some
do you
type
remember
of
what happened in
points.
the opening drive against the Jets? I believe the announcer called it one of the worst opening drives he'd ever witnessed in his 25 years.
It's a home game.
If that happens,
the home game.
Please
the
tell me
Bluebirds
when.
will come out.
I hate to say this because Aditi's the sideline reporter, and you know how I feel about her. I love her. But I can't take another game of Spiro Adidas. I can't do it.
Would you like him better if his name was DeBrickashaw Spears?
I would.
When you stop with that.
Brickishaw's one of the
awesome
greatest
name.
names of all time.
Such a good
Right.
But
Right.
I'm just thinking how my life would have been different had my name been DeBrickashaw.
You would have had to play offensive line. You couldn't have been a.
I would have definitely played football.
and you definitely
I
would
would
have
have been
been
an offensive lineman.
Can you imagine being a pitcher and the cleanup hitter coming up? DeBrickashaw.
I'd be shaking in my boots.
Bro.
What the hell was I just saying?
you hate the
commentators.
announcers for CB.
Yeah, I can't. I don't like Spiro. Spiro is the Jarrett Wright of broadcasters. He was hot when he first came out. he cratered and he fell off the map.
Who calling
nobody
the
else
game?
cares.
What's the game on this week? Fox?
What are they on, Mike? Who's the broadcasters for this game?
Tom
And I'm
Brady.
torn because I like hearing Aditi do the sidelines because she and Evan Washburn are really the only good sideline reporters.
I'm gonna, I've been working.
The Browns get all these terrible games. They're always in the last team.
I've been working on
it is
showing
CBS.
all my colleagues love. I love Spiro. I love everybody. I love all media.
Yeah, I know. I'm not supposed to say bad things about everybody, but I do.
I love everyone.
They're the
I
four.
ain't got no beef with nobody.
It's
Everybody good.
Joe Davis and Greg Olson.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's a good team.
I like
Wow.
Great team.
Greg
Oh, the Ravens got us boosted up a little up the rankings.
Yeah, listen. Let me just tell y'all something.
Oh wait, nope.
Oh.
It's the announcer group underneath, not above.
Oh, so what it is under?
Sorry. Greg Olson and Joe Davis are doing the Rams-Seahawks game on Fox.
Way better game.
It's Andrew Catalan, friend of the show, Charles Davis, and Jason McCourty.
All right,
Two-man
that's-
booth.
Okay.
I like Charles
Charles
That's
Davis.
better.
Yeah.
Charles Davis is good.
Here's the problem that we're gonna have.
Yeah.
This could be, so it's bad overall because if you got the Steelers or you got the Ravens, there's a level of vitriol that we got with them because they used to be us. It's late in the season. It's cold. It's like a 4:30 game. It's going to be at nighttime.
Yeah.
So the 4 o'clock game, people kind of be watching, right? The thing that you don't want to happen is you don't want to come out here and get smoked like that because it's like your parents always tell you, don't embarrass me in front of company.
Right.
Like, don't embarrass me in front of all the new guys that's coming to watch the 4 o'clock game that just got wins. And we go to First Energy Stadium or Huntington Bank Stadium, and we go to the Cleveland Browns, and oh my gosh, they're getting beat 35-6. Nah, bro, don't embarrass us in front of the folks, because then it's gonna look bad, and then they will chant.
Yeah.
And they will boo, and then it's going to be this thing where, oh my gosh, they're booing their quarterback. I don't really want that, man. Let me
You
just be
think
honest.
somebody gonna pay $6 to come out there to boo
Yes.
Yeah,
Dillon Gabriel?
yeah.
By the way,
$6. I'm gonna pay $6 to
you know
boo
what?
him.
You know what Mike could have asked as a fence rider question? He could have asked, what will be higher, Lamar Jackson's rushing yards or Dillon Gabriel's passing yards?
Say that
Well,
one
we're
more
going to talk about Lamar's running tomorrow.
Lamar's rushing yards or Dillon Gabriel's passing
He doesn't
yards?
run
What will
right
be
now.
higher?
Nah, I got to give him the passing.
gotta
All
give
they got to
him
do is
Dillon,
give.
I mean,
I
Lamar
think
Jackson's rushed for 100 before.
But
Yeah.
he's got a hamstring.
I'll
How was
give,
he? Was he running much last week?
No, last 2 weeks.
He lined up at running.
I got him running for. I got Dillon
yeah,
Gabriel
I
throwing
guess
for
we'll agree.
132. Now the question you should have had is this.
Yeah.
This is honest question.
Yeah.
What are the chances, percent chance, that Shedeur Sanders plays in this football
I
game.
thought you asked that question.
I did, but I was the only one that said someone else was going to throw a pass.
Oh, so you didn't
I
even
just,
put it up
I just
there.
skipped it, yeah.
5%.
So 5%. So the only way he would play is he would have to Dillon Gabriel would have to be
Get hurt.
injured.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if he's out there looking crazy, they're gonna let him in.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then to me, let him finish the game and then start Shedeur against the Raiders. Let's go.
Yeah, I would let him finish it. Finish your breakfast.
Yeah.
I mean, he been letting them do it this much. Might as well.